The Oracle said in the Matrix, being the one is a lot like being in love. When you know, you just know. And that's what it is between these three ladies and why Lae'zel is the best, man. You gotta think about, this is the first person they showed. It was supposed to be the love interest, man. This was the warrior clan. You know, her people were fighting for something heroic, man, and you were supposed to find her. I don't know if anybody ever seen Record of Lodo's War, man, but like the elf in that is kind of similar, even though we have a half elf who everybody goes for, which is Shadowheart. But Lae'zel and the Gith, man, like they are the warrior race within this world. Lae'zel is the not only the first person we see, she saves us. You know what I mean? It's like she sees us and she tells us what's going on. She's already alert. We're just getting out of our pod. She brings you up to speed and she tells you what's going to happen, and she says you have her sword as long as y'all both can make it up out of here alive. You know what I mean? Like y'all work as a team. What I love about Shadowheart is she is softer. She's the softer, kinder one woman. But when you really peel into women like this, like a Shadowheart, they have a lot of baggage and a lot of trauma. The difference between Lae'zel and Shadowheart right there is, with a gift, they're warriors. Lae'zel is not coming to you with baggage and trauma. She's coming to you with help and being a warrior and fierceness and cunning and being a partner. I wouldn't say a brother in arms. I would say just a warrior in arms. She has a warrior spirit. Now, Shadowheart is, like I said, she's softer. She's kinder, feminine. You know, if you will, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that means. But she's more feminine. But Lae'zel is more fit. She's more durable in the long run. She's going to look better. She's going to feel better. She's going to be better as a partner, man. She's going to talk to you. She's going to communicate better. How long did it take for you to talk to Shadowheart before she started opening up to you? And I can go on and on and on and on about how she's the atypical white girl who we're supposed to fall in love with. That media and propaganda told us that all white girls are sweet, innocent, young women to save. They're damsels in distress. We just gotta look deeper into them. I made a video about how Ellie off Notebook was the villain. And that's really what they are, man. They use you. They manipulate you with their fake softness. Now, I like Karlach for many reasons. You know, Karlach was number one for me when I first picked this game up. But Karlach is a big kid. You know, Karlach is a big, thick, sexy devil kid. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's cool, it'd be fun, you know, a couple of times in bed, being around much. And she don't live, you know, she doesn't have really a good ending. She does have a good ending, but not really. She has to go back to, is it Alvarez? I can't remember, but she has to go back there to have a good ending. She's not everybody's type. She's like I would say a black girl, man. I want to say Lae'zel was like a warrior African, you know, but we can even throw Lae'zel as a Middle Eastern warrior, or she's a warrior for most races that have warrior female races. But I'm gonna throw Karlach in that more of a modern black woman, big bubbly kid, thick black woman that don't know she's being obnoxious, but she walks a thin line between it being cute and obnoxious. And I love Karlach. Like I said, she was about to be my first pick, but as you keep going on and on with the game, especially at first playthrough, Lae'zel softens up to you. You know, she softens up to you, and she's basically telling you she down. She down to ride. She's a rider. That's what you need. Like, you need a ride or die. Lae'zel fits that. She personifies that. She's your perfect, what do you call it, man? When you become one with the flesh, she is like your perfect other half. You know, where you're soft, she's hard. Where you're hard, she's soft. Like, even the romance, the way she starts speaking to you when you become lovers, is better dialogue than Karlach or Shadowheart. And, you know, I'm not speaking about the men because I'm a man and I'm heterosexual. What is going on outside? And Lae'zel is she's a when you put it like this, man, because I don't want to make this a long video. Spoiler alert: when you end the game, when you finish with Lae'zel, you fly off with dragons. This is how you know she was meant to be, the one. You fly off and go fight her war and finish it off, especially if you choose the side of the prince. You fly off on two dragons. It's like a better ending than Game of Thrones. You know how Game of Thrones should have ended. Jon and Daenerys flying off on two dragons. The last two dragons remaining. And they did it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's no other like way to put why she should be the only option, like why she is the story option. I don't know, like they do a lot of these games. There's no real option. That's why they give you a lot of romance options. But come on, man, Lae'zel has the best ending. And is what makes a love story great. And I'm gonna end it like this. Let's just say I was homosexual, and we in a homosexual romantic comedy. It wouldn't be entertaining because me and the guy we would find something to bond over. The guy that I fell in love with, pause. We would find something like video games. Like what we talking about, we will bond over that. End of the story right there. What makes love stories so great is that men and women don't get along. We don't really like each other because we're so different. What you're into, I'm not into. And that's what makes the dynamic between you and Lae'zel so great. She can't stand you at first, and you kind of can't stand her. She's a arrogant warrior, think her way is right all the time woman. You know what I mean? She's all in your face, and she's the least sweet of the two that you can choose from. Even is it Minthara, the devil woman that makes the pack wheel? She's sweeter than Lae'zel. She's more softer, more kind. Minthara is the one that you can take the spider silk armor from. Zamora, I think, is the devil woman. Like, them two are both more kinder and sweeter and softer than Lae'zel is at the beginning. So it's like the one you always are at odds with that seems to be the better fit for you, because y'all are bumping heads because of there's something there. Opposites attract. I don't know, and that's just my case, man. It's really the flying off with the dragons, man, is me resting my case. That's it. Lae'zel is the best girl, man. That's it.